a long time coming. Haters gonna be part-time loving. Haters been a long time running. It don't matter, they ain't catching up at all, I promise. It's been a long time coming. Haters gonna be part-time loving. Putting up some all-time numbers. Hang the banner, they ain't catching up at all, I promise. I ain't never frontin' for.
Carlos, you lived that in your baseball career. What's his world like?
Oh, it's extremely exciting. You know that if you perform, you will get the call.
We've got a developing story here. JP, what are you hearing?
I'm checking the numbers. I'm talking to my sources and my scouts, and they're all telling me, hey, this could actually work.
Most of us mere mortals, when we were that age, we were barely chewing gum and walking at the same time, let alone playing the hardest game there is.
Let's see if he's pumping up mentally here to adapt. That's what good players do.
That dream of getting the big leagues is now becoming reality with that one phone call.
Continuing our MLB Draft Day 2 wrap-up coverage, back to the prospect that we mentioned before the break. There was some surprise, even some criticism of the front office over how early he went off the board. Jonathan Mayo, what do you think of this pick?
Man, I don't think any of us saw this one coming. This definitely feels like a reach to me. I had him more as a day 3 kind of guy. There was a split camp. A lot of scouts disagreed whether he's better as a pitcher or better as a hitter. I'm guessing the team felt that he's got potential on both sides of the ball, and maybe that adds some value to him. But this made me scratch my head a little bit for sure.
All right, Jonathan Mayo, thanks. What about you, Jim Callis? Was this a head-scratcher or the reach of the draft, as some of the other analysts have suggested?
Yeah, I talked to somebody with the team, and they're excited to get this guy. This is a guy they really want. And the 2 points the club made to me were, one, this whole debate, is he a hitter, is he a pitcher? What are you going to do with him? There was a lot of confusion. This team isn't confused. This team feels like he's got very good potential as a hitter and as a pitcher. They may even try to play him both ways. And they felt like there were a couple other teams that were starting to sniff around this guy. And, this isn't the NFL or NBA draft where you could trade down to get a guy you want. If you want a guy, you have to take him because there's no trades. And they felt like if they didn't take him where they did, somebody else was going to get them. And they just absolutely did not want that to happen.
Jim Callis, we appreciate the time. Thanks.
A minor league manager checks in with one of his players to discuss a launch plan for the young man's development.
Rolling along with the podcast and back on the prospect who's divided the scouting community, I am opposed to this belief that he went too high. I really think he could be a steal here. This is a guy who's got so much development left to do. He's got so much potential. And I think all the scouts who are down on him think, oh, he's not a finished product. We don't know what he is. That, to me, could be a good thing. He can hit. He can field. He can pitch. There is so much untapped potential so far for this guy. I'm excited to see what he becomes. And certainly as he gets started actually playing, actually being in games, we're going to be able to talk to some other folks who get a better read on him and see what they think. I'm excited for that. And frankly, I'm going to have my eye on him for a while.
the inspiration of a whole generation. And unless you got 10 sticky fingers, it's an imitation, a figment of your imagination. But wait, it gets worse. I'm not watered down, so I'm dying of thirst. Coming through with the scam, foolproof plan. B-boys make some noise and just fail.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
Welcome to MLB The Show and this presentation of minor league baseball. Opening night here in this brand new season between the Harrisburg Senators and the Somerset Patriots. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next.
Welcome, your Somerset Patriots.
Michael King gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. What's your take on him, Dan?
This guy really struggled last year. This season's going to be about a bounce back year.
So runners in scoring position, and here is Darren James looking to put them ahead early with this at-bat. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
From an offensive standpoint, this is where you got to push the throttle right here. You've had a couple hits in the inning. You got a 1-0 count leverage. Let's see if he can gap something.
And 2-0 now as this misses below the knees. From the belt, kicks and deals. Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0.
It often becomes harder to hit the zone when the pressure starts to heat up.
Strike taken as that one catches the outer part of the plate. That's in there on the hands. 3-2 now.
This is the cat and mouse of today's game. 3-1 almost definitely bought you that fastball, and he took it. Interested to see if this pitcher goes to that well again. Fear of bases being loaded, or he's willing to break something off.
1 run is scored. 2 runs scored. Now a 3rd runner heading for the plate. The relay throw, and he'll be out trying for the triple, but 3 runs come across regardless.
Oh, you hate to see guys run into outs, especially when it's because of an unnecessary risk. He had 2 all the way, and he clearly should have just been.
Stepping in next, Jake Knoll. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away.
Knoll
has a look, now the pitch. That's a strike to throw down.
0-1.
And he'll be tagged out at second base. Trying to get into scoring position, but instead the inning is over. Trying to move into scoring position with 2 away, but not to be as we get another look. Back with more here on a Tuesday night. After this, next to hit, Rowdy Reed.
The catcher, Rowdy.
Right now, he's running in there. Now the throw. The tag, and he's out. Great job adjusting to the throw and applying the tag in time.
Clearly, they were hoping to be aggressive and doing some running tonight, but I think they're going to need to adapt now. It's not working, and you just can't keep running into outs.
Next up, Darren James, fresh off a bases clearing double his last time up.
Yeah, and he certainly got the wheels trying to stretch a double into a triple, but it's sort of a killer to the club when you can't leg it out.
First pitch on the way, and a sinker misses here. No, a called strike. I take that back.
Hey, the way this guy on the mound's been struggling to find the zone, I'm not mad at the guy taking a pitch.
And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
Yeah, there are a couple of things you don't want to do as a visiting pitcher. Never give the home crowd a reason to get involved early, and don't put guys on base to ignite a big inning. Well, mission accomplished on both fronts. We'll see how he responds.
Mandy Alvarez.
Heading out towards shallow right. Keller has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. And even with 2 outs now, they decide to hold that runner at third. Into the box, Zach Zahner worked a walk in his first plate appearance. 0-1 pitch coming. High drive deep down the left field line. Gone! It's a grand slam. So he promptly unloads the bases with that one. First home run of the campaign for him as this lead swells to 7-0.
Oh, man, when he got the second out, I thought he might come out of this unscathed. But after that towering grand slam, he's about as scathed as you can.
Bottom of the inning now, and now it'll be the catcher, Darren James. First pitch of the AB now. Fastball in there for a called strike.
What a well-executed fastball right there, down and away. If you're going to do any damage with that pitch, you have to think up the middle the other way, and you have to be diving and leaning out over that thing.
Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Way inside with that one, a pretty easy take there. The 3-1 pitch. And that misses, ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the 5th underway. Now at the plate is Mandy Alvarez. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Mandy Alvarez.
The 1-2. Popped up. Knoll is there. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Striding in is Zach Zahner. He homered back in the 3rd inning in this one. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Grounded to short. He's got it to second for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. So they go quietly here in this half inning. 5 innings complete. Trenton leads this one 7-1. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go. And next to hit is the catcher, Darren James. First offering. That's lifted the other way out to left. Holland is right there, and it's a very quick out number 1.
And a nice job here to come in and slam the door. That's his first save of the season, but it certainly won't be his last.
And tonight's final, 7-3. Somerset jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Michael King gets the win on the mound, his first of the year. Eric Fetty was hit hard to the tune of 7 earns. He takes the loss. So that'll just about do it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshow.com.
3 hours and 16 minutes.
The show's continuing coverage of AA Northeast League Baseball is on the air. Tonight, the second of 3 to start the week between the Harrisburg Senators and the Somerset Patriots. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Brody Kerner, a Virginia-born right-hander, gets the ball to start this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
Well, Matt, you hate to go into game thinking that you're going to have to get the bullpen involved, but you may have to with this guy on the mound. He's not known for going very deep in the games. Very rarely does he go 6 innings or more, so this very well could be one of those Johnny Holstaff days.
Darren James is in to start things off as he looks at a ball to start the inning, 1-0. And now a pitch on the way. Line drive base hit.
Take a look. Find it. Good rip.
Boy, just when you like to get one of those shutdown innings, the leadoff guy ends up reaching base right now, and you're looking for that 1-2 inning. Now you have to pitch out of the stretch.
Yeah, I can't tell you how that lights up an offensive dugout right there, getting that leadoff guy on. So many options, puts the pitcher on the defensive and in the stretch.
And now in the box, Zach Zaner. It was a two-hit effort for him, including a home run in last night's game. Inside, he misses ball 4.
Always tough to issue a free pass, but especially troublesome when you give up a single right before that to start the inning. We'll see if he can figure out a way to wiggle out of this.
So stepping in is Estevan Florio, trying here to plate the tying run from second. Now a pickoff play at second and a dive, but he's back in there. James over at second. Zaner at first with no outs. And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. Keller is going to get back, and he'll put this one away on the warning track for the first out. And he'll move up to third now. Runners at the corners here with one away.
Good read there at second base to know he could make it to third on the flyout. Now he's only 90 feet away with one out.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Really impressive pitching right there. Sometimes as a pitcher you can get frustrated when you make a good pitch and you don't get that call from the umpire. But what does he do? He comes back with a good pitch and gets the strike.
Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. Stepping in once again is Cole Freeman.
The batter, number 50, second baseman, Cole Freeman.
The 0-1 pitch. Trying to bunt his way on, but this is popped up. But the throw will beat him at first, so the bunt for hit attempt is snuffed out.
Well, you know, he had a good idea right there. The infield was playing back, but it's not going to work out for him this time. That's a nice play to react. And
next to dig in, Darren James. The base knock to the outfield could score the tying run from second. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Swing and a liner.
Round it hard.
And the 2-out threat won't pay off. The inning is over. Couple of walks in the inning, but nothing on the scoreboard. The 3 of us return with more Wednesday Night Baseball after this. So now into the box is Aldrim Corredor. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. He's set, and the 2-2 pitch. Drops one down here, and he'll try to beat it out. Throw to first will get him as they pounce on it quickly to snuff out the bunt. Now to the plate, here is Darren James as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box. First pitch of the AB on its way.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot, time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Holland is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. So next to bat will be Darren James. Flew out last time up.
All right, let's go now.
Here's the first pitch to him. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1.
he's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
And it's a called strike to even the count at 1.
Hey, it looks like this guy's going to work in the upper part of the strike zone. It'll be interesting to see if this lineup can adjust to the way he pitches.
Ready with the 1-1. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Garcia, the runner at third. Ford at second. Alvarez at first. 2 out in the inning. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. He's safe at the plate. And they've taken the lead here in the 7th.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late innings, man, that feels good.
Oh, it especially does, especially when you start to score runs late in the game off of quality pitching. When runs are at a premium, that's what makes you feel really good about yourself.
Now batting.
So now to the plate, Zach Zahner, a hit in 2 tries so far. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch right to him.
Get dirty, get dirty,
he'll
get dirty.
step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So it's 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Patriots lead it 2-1. Now to the plate, Darren James, who delivered an RBI single in his last trip.
Yeah, and they take another single right here. That third base coach is dying to wave his arms. I wouldn't be surprised if anything hit hard through the infield. He's going to wave them.
The fastball here as they'll take a look at ball 1-0.
You know, in this situation, you almost have to pitch like there's no one on base. That run really doesn't mean anything with the lead they've got. The hitter is the guy that can turn this game on its head.
Now the 1-0. High and wide, 2 balls and a strike. Line drive to center field. That's in there, base hit. Long throw to third.
Pull up.
Throw comes into third now, so they're at the corners here with only 1 out.
Matty, it's hard to say right here. I got to believe they dove into the scouting reports on every outfield arm. He did not take an aggressive pass coming around third base bag right there. So I just think the third base coach had to hold him.
Now batting.
So here is Zach Zahner. And he's got runners at the corners here with only 1 gone. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Struck him out. And now they'll likely need a base hit to get that runner home from third.
That's a pretty sad attempt at hitting a baseball right there. No doubt he was completely fooled because that was a curveball, and it looked like he was late on a curveball. That tells me he gave up on it right till the very end, and obviously there was nothing he could do at that point.
Throw on to second for the force, and the ball game is over.
Hey, it took them an extra frame to do it, but hey, they're not going to complain as they lock up a nice road victory here in 10 innings.
5-2 the final score tonight. Jacob Conrad-Bogan claims the win out of the pen, his first. Matt Cronin hammers down the save, his first of the year. So that's a wrap here. Shout out Nick Lee. You've been watching
6 months in Redondo, beach right by the condo.
We hear all the time from people around the game that Double-A is where you start to see the breaking balls that are really set apart from what you've seen before. That can be a big challenge for a young hitter.
Absolutely. And I think, when you think back to, some of the pitchers that I faced, some of the guys that you face in the big leagues for 5, 6, 10 years, you're thinking, man, I saw him somewhere. Yeah, it was Double-A, because when you see most prospects of any organization, they pretty much go to Double-A just to get themselves over that hump and get ready for the league.
You had a breakout season at the Double-A level yourself. What was it about you that enabled you to have that kind of campaign?
I was very confident, and I thought, if the confidence could just stay with me consistently, which is very hard to do at any level of baseball because it's a game of failure, I just try to be consistent every night, whether it was, defensively, offensively, just bring something to the table. Go home with something where you felt good, and I didn't have to think about that game when I went to sleep.
A Double-A hitting coach touches base with a new arrival to the team.
So you better know, work hard is the best way. Time for minor league baseball here on the show as we set our sights on the Double-A Northeast League. Tonight, the first of this 3-game weekend series between the Somerset Patriots and the Harrisburg Senators. We've got baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Reed Schaller gets the ball for the opener in front of these hometown fans. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Well, Matty, you're looking for innings out of your starting pitcher. You're looking at the right guy. This guy seems to deliver more often than not, going deep into the games. He's one of those guys you feel really...
Next will be the designated hitter, Darren James, as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. A ball and no strikes. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. Bases are empty, one man out. 3-0 now. Estevan Florial will be next. That one's in there. 3-1.
You maybe get 2 pitches a game where all the guesswork goes out the window. This is certainly that situation.
The 3-1. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Knoll moving to his left. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
He's out. Ball 4. Take the ball.
Striding forward now is the DH, Darren James.
Designated hitter, Darren James.
Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. He pops him up toward the left side of the infield. Duarte waits on it. 2 gone.
Leading off for Somerset, the designated hitter, Darren James.
Come on, man. Get your pitch up there.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Darren James is at the plate as he looks at ball 1.
Hey, drive that pitch, huh? Here you go.
Now it's 2-0.
Now, when you've got a 6-run lead out there, there's no reason not to go right at guys. You have to keep attacking the zone.
Pulled toward right center field. Right fielder coming on, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out.
Always nice to get the first game of the series, but even more so when it's in front of the home crowd. Seems to energize everybody the rest of the series.
A 6-0 shutout to finish off tonight's game. Harrisburg jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. The game's future stars are on display as minor league baseball comes your way on the show. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game weekend series between the Somerset Patriots and the Harrisburg Senators. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Paulo Espino will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, looking at the numbers, you can see this guy had an ERA over 4 last season. He'd like to do a lot better than that. He's got to do a much better job of keeping base runners off the bases. Cut the walks down and try to limit the hits per 9 innings pitched.
Yeah, you should take a look at our visiting club as they enter play here this evening. They come out of the gate slowly. Just one of their first 4 have been wins.
Yeah, guys, dropping yesterday was a heartbreaker without question. But you know what? You find a way. You show up to the yard today, you get out of the cab, and you watch countless hours of video, and you try and formulate a game plan to get this back to 500. 1-1 to start the road trip, and you're moving in the right direction. Many guys fall victim to the breaking ball and want to get out in front of it, and they end up rolling it over to the pull side. Batter was able to execute, stay inside, keep his hands back, and drive it the other way.
Lifted the other way to left center. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases.
Nobody.
And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
And I think that may have been a situation where the runner on first was waiting to see if the ball was going to get down or not. If there were 2 outs, he most likely scores there. Instead, he has to hold it third. Can't really fault him for that, though.
Larry Holland is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. 1-1. Lifted down the line in left. And this is going to wind up a foul ball.
He appears to be having some issues with pitch command to start the game. He's dealing with 2 guys on, and that last pitch looked like a big mistake in that location. Right down the middle, but he got away with it.
Freeman at third, and Tuna is at second with nobody out. Skied into very shallow right.
4.
Mateo has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. And neither runner will be able to move up. And it's a wasted chance with 1 out in the inning now. So here's the cleanup hitter. Osvaldo Duarte comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game. From the belt, kicks and deals. Runners are at second and third with 1 down. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Hey, I know it's early and we're in the first right here, but he's going to have to work that heater to both sides of the plate. He cannot get away with missing over the heart of the plate all night.
2-1 to count. As a look, now the pitch. 2-1 pitch is a fastball off the plate away, and it's 3-1 now. Ian Sagdahl will be next. Second and third here, 1 man out. Can't keep that one fair, and now the count's full. Ready with the payoff pitch. Grounded to the right. And that'll get on through into right field for a base hit. The runner from third crosses the plate, and they've taken a 1-0 lead.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to it.
Now, meanwhile, this ball's going to get through, and that's a base hit. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score.
Yeah, Dan, he's got to feel pretty good about that. Not only did he have a great AB, first pitch hacking, but he smoked that ball to mix in a ribby knock.
Boy, he did. He must have had a pretty good plan of attack walking into that batter's box, that he had an idea of the pitch that he was going to get, and boy, he sure turned it loose and buggy whipped that one.
There's a fastball pretty close that time, but ruled a ball 1-1. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
The 2-1. Hit hard on the ground at first. Reined in to second for one. But he'll put this in his pocket and be content with just the one out. Next, it'll be Phil Van Valkenburg. Another first-inning RBI opportunity for him here. Watches a fastball right there for strike one. And that misses 1-1. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. One ball and 2 strikes to count. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, and he sets him down for out number 3. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. We move ahead to the top of the second now. Harrisburg is out in front, 2-0. Now at the plate here is Israel.
Yeah, and they just keep on keeping on. Got a nice little run going here, winning 4 in a row and playing with a lot of confidence. Success is never guaranteed in this game, so you have to appreciate it when it comes.
4-2 the final score tonight. Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on the show. Eric Fetty gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, this guy comes into this start, Matt, having lost 2 of his last 3 starts, so you know he wants to get off on the right foot in this one. One of the keys, getting outs early and establishing his off-speed pitch repertoire early on in this one. We'll see if he can do that in this one here today.
One ball and 1 strike to their designated hitter this afternoon. Oh, look out. Hot shot to third, and there are 2 away. Leading off the inning, it'll be Darren James as they'll look to spark the offense and even things up.
Offense needs to get going right here. You want to try and tighten up this game a little bit before it starts to get into that territory where you're going to start seeing the back end of each bullpen.
Well, this will be taken in at second base. Good positioning for the first out. Next, here is Darren James. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. The slurve too high for ball 1. Lifted the other way down the left field line. Left fielder is on the move. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. Next up is Darren James. He flew out in his last AB. He's set. Here it comes.
I think when a team starts struggling, certainly offensively, it's just guys try and play above their pay grade. Know who the best players are in the lineup and try and get on base to set them up.
Comes set, and the 0-1. Hit hard towards center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So the top of the 9th keeps it rolling as he comes through with 2 away.
I know the score's out of hand right here, but I've never met a big league ball player that's going to give away an at-bat in any game ever. Nice piece of hitting right there, staying within yourself and grabbing you a knock.
Up next, Mandy Alvarez. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far.
Alvarez.
The 1-1 pitch. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And this should do it. He brings it in, and they have run their winning streak to 5 in a row now as this ball game is over. 9-1 is the way this one ends. The Senators.
I feel like I'ma live somehow. Your love never meant much to me. Love never meant much to me.
It's actually happening. The organization has decided to try him as both a position player and as a pitcher. They're really trying it here at the AA level. Jonathan Mayo of MLB Pipeline is with me. Jonathan, do you think this can work?
I mean, can it work, Ben? Yeah, of course it can work. It hasn't worked all too often. There are more and more teams who are trying to make it work. Most of these guys as amateurs were two-way players. They don't specialize usually until later on, and often they choose one or the other. You see more and more teams really making an effort to let players do both, to see maybe one jumps to the foreground on its own organically. It's awfully hard just because of the amount of work that you have to put in to excel either as a hitter and position player or as a pitcher. Naturally, some work is going to be taken away from one or the other if you're splitting your focus. And that's why we haven't seen it too often. Guys have to be tremendous athletically to be able to do both. The work ethic has to be off the charts. It's happened a couple of times at the major league level, but it's few and far between. So I'm really interested to see if it's going to work out in this case.
A prospect receives a check-in from his agent, who wants to make sure his client's career is being launched in a way that suits the young man's goals and ambitions.